All right. What's going on, everyone? We are live. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. It is quite late today for this live stream, but you know what? The business is not going to build itself. That's one thing that I've kind of found out. So although we were busy during the day, doesn't matter. That's okay. We can still work here during the night to get some work done and keep moving forward. So we're going to jump right in, and we're going to take off. We're going to start where we left off yesterday. And I think we're pretty close to being done for what we want here for our pages. So we kind of yesterday laid out the home page and kind of what we're looking for this here on the left side. On the left side, the science meets story, and then kind of how the home page is going to flow. And then we have on the right side here, we have the science communication tools. This is actually a really bad title. We got to come up with something really cool. This is just going to be the services page, and it's just going to look like this in terms of listing out the different services we have. And we just need to create a text or like a paragraph for each one of these, basically descriptions for each of the services that we're going to offer. So once that's done, that's pretty much all we're going to want for the services page. Of course, we're going to have like call to actions and stuff like that, but those are going to be reused throughout the website. And then after that, the only large pages that we're going to have to write, which aren't going to be as hard to do, are going to be the case studies, because it's just going to be talking about each of the different projects in depth in terms of what we've done. And I've already kind of have those outlined. And then the about page. And that's going to be not too difficult, I don't think. And then we're just going to have a contact page. So I think after today, hopefully we can get this done today, and then tomorrow we can look at the about page, and then also the about page, and just the rest of the content of the services page, and then we'll get on to probably designing and laying things out. I did not start my comments. Hang on a second. Now I don't know if I'll be able to display them. Saifi, did I pronounce that correctly? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. Your content is very inspiring. I love the commitment and dedication. You'll achieve great results from South Africa. Awesome. Right on. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's really good. So the comments like that help me keep going. So I appreciate that. Thank you. So it's probably a little bit, I guess, what time would it be for you? I guess you're quite ahead than me, so it's probably really early for you, I would imagine. Crazy. All right. So where are we? So we have this. Let me just full screen this so it's not as distracting, I guess. So I pulled out some of the stuff that I started planning out yesterday. Now, a lot of this is kind of crappy. Just kind of laying out thoughts. So we have our 5 different services, or the buckets that we have for the services, right? We have data management, which is going to be a service. I'm just going to labeling it as data. Digital, which is website stuff. Content, just content creation, audio, video production, things like that. Event, again, just event management, and could be technology as well with events. Again, the scientific community, they have lots of different events. They have lots of money to spend on that. So it'd be good to get in helping them with that, and branding as well. This thing's loose. I don't want this mic to fall. Okay. So let's start with data. No, let's start with digital. I feel like that one might be the easiest. And maybe maybe we could take a look at maybe to help us get started, if we run into any like brain fog, is we can look at ChatGPT to see if it can help us out with a few things. So I'll keep this kind of on the sidelines here. We might get some, let's put that in there. We might get some good help if we need to. Okay. Yeah, and I think the thing that I'm trying to think about is how exactly to frame these statements to be more inspirational and more, it's not really high level. I don't think that's the right terminology to use, but more of just like general stuff, or should it be more of on the nose about what it is that we can offer within each of these individual spaces? Right, like here I'm talking about like a website is the heartbeat of your research, place where you can deliver your message consistently to the world through engaging digital experiences. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can get some help here just to get us started. Okay. Oh, you can't see what I'm going to be. Whoops. What happened there? Okay. Sorry, let me move my face because you're not going to be able to see what I put in the input here. Okay. I'm trying to write a short paragraph to describe the services that I'm going to offer my clients in the academic space. I'm looking for a statement that I guess that explains digital, which will be for designing websites and applications. Continuing on from this chat and the messages above, can you give me a couple examples of what a good statement would be, which should let the user know what benefits this service will offer them as a researcher. Okay, that's a big enough statement. Let's see what it comes up with. All right. Our digital services empower academic researchers by crafting bespoke websites and applications tailored to their unique needs. From intuitive user interfaces to seamless data integration, we ensure your online presence enhances visibility, engagement, and impact. It's interesting. It's a little bit corporate. It's quite corporate. Number 2, elevate your research impact with our digital expertise. We specialize in designing and developing websites and applications that not only showcase your work, but also engage and inform your audience effectively. With our tailored solutions, you'll stand out from the competitive academic landscape and gain the recognition you deserve. Yeah. That's kind of interesting. Let me see what I can tie in from these. So like, yeah, elevate. Do we want to say something like we work with you to elevate, or we can elevate? Or do we say things like our experienced team? Which is kind of what I was hinting at up there. Let me look at this again. We can create impactful narratives. I want to say you, like you. I want to speak directly to you. Anyways, we can worry about that later. Innovative communication techniques. Ready to have your research get the recognition it deserves. Yeah, I'm going to be. I might forgive and excuse my long periods of silence, because I'm really trying to think of what's going to work the best here. Is there like a website that we can think of that has examples of this? I'd love to see some examples. Because it is, I don't know why, but this is quite difficult for me. Let's see. Can we go to any? I want to see if I can find any other agencies and see and kind of see what they have written down. So I'm trying to see. Okay, filter, categories, font. I thought there was a way to filter by like the agency that actually builds. Portfolio, websites, like portfolio, crafting great digital experience. Oh, this is vote, so this is not even like a site of the day. Explore the magic. Oh. This is the same font. This looks like the same font that Zapier uses. Nohim VF. Oh, interesting. Anyways. Right. So it's kind of like this in the sense of like this just has motion design, spice up your content. Oh, I keep wanting to highlight it, but it wants me to navigate. Spice up your content with some flair and excitement through motion, whether it's blah, blah, blah. So that's quick and to the point. Hang on. Can we filter? I want them to be sites of the day, though. I guess we can't double filter. Let's see if any of these look like an agency. We can just kind of... The best stories deserve to be told. So these are an agency. All right, let's see. See the menu. See what they got for services. Shine in the digital world. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, so this is like even way shorter than I was thinking. Development, production of original audiovisual content to effectively convey the message of our clients. Yeah. Creativity. User experience. Customize, reflects. Interesting, but then you could dig down and actually click on this. Can I click on this? What happens? Actually, nothing happens. So why can I highlight it? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So this is exactly the thing I'm thinking. Not this layout, but again, just talking real quick and briefly about what we can do. Oh, I think this just updates the image on the side here. No call to action down here, and then contact us. Just email. No actual contact form. Well, this one's so. I mean, yeah, it's very quick and to the point, right? Develop and produce on. Okay. Let's see. Through, I want to say like interactive and bespoke digital experiences. Digital experiences. Ugh. Like, what does that mean? I need to speak in plain English. I mean, that's the thing too. If my whole thing of what I'm saying is that work with us and we can help you explain your science in plain English, I think I need to have the website copy on the website be in plain English as well too. I think that just kind of makes sense. So like this, elevate your research through interactive and bespoke digital experiences. Like I have to stop thinking about like, I know what that means, but like what the hell are people that have no idea what a website is? They're not going to know what this means. So how can we say this in plain English? So we build websites and applications unique to your vision and your voice, amplifying it in order to inform the world amplifying it in order to inform the world of your work, so you can gain the recognition you deserve. There we go. And then that's it. And then what are the offerings, right? Web design. Web design. Web development. I think I already wrote this down. Right. I put it into two different buckets. Website design and development, app development, information architecture. Right. Web design and development. Application development, information architecture. Oh my goodness, can't spell. Information architecture and optimization and analytics. There we go. All right, not bad. All right, content creation. So again, did I write down what the content creation is? Yeah, I did. So let me just copy this. And okay. So content. Kevin, howdy. How you doing? How you doing? Still awake? Yeah, I'm pretty late today, but plugging away anyways. I'm going to finish this today. That's the goal for today. We're going to finish writing the content for the services page, and then tomorrow finish the content for all the other pages, and then get on to some more fun stuff. We're going to actually start designing this website, which is going to be fun. And then I think I'm going to take this too to someone to help me edit this content as well too. Some people down at the university. Probably some people that I'm going to ask if they want to help potentially join the team at some point. All right. Okay. So I like this. I mean, this is okay. So let's move on to content. Right. So the content's all about video production, audio production, and then like social media, which, you know, could be kind of a combination of all that kind of stuff. Photography, videos, all that stuff, right? So this is all about, I think we can say something about amplifying your message here. Is my cap locks on? Oh, there we go. Amplify. How can we say this here? Something like engaging your content with the world, or creating lots of different content that engage with people in different ways. Let's cheat for a quick second here, because I know these guys had something to do with content. Or do they? Digital marketing, graphic design. So not really. It's all part of it. Almost like there are many different ways to communicate with your audience. Or with your audience, or with the world. I have to communicate, I'll say like your message to the world. And we work with you to find the right avenues that help amplify your work. It's almost like, how can we help you get the most bang for your buck, in terms of we'll find the right avenues for promoting your work, or how to get your work out there to the world, that'll help you resonate with the people that you need to have your work resonate with. Because sometimes they might want to resonate more with government officials versus somebody that's like where they're looking for funding, as an example. So good question. Do you actually know how to do that? Yeah, actually I kind of do. Because again, I've been in the academic space since 1999, and I'm pretty familiar with writing different types of proposals, and just helping them, or helping like the people that I work with, figuring out what to say and when to say it, and then who to say it to. But have I ever been in charge of a whole institution or a whole research group and being the key guy to kind of drive that, those communications? No, I haven't, which is why, like if I do something like this, and I get, like, the first thing is I got to make a sale and make some sales, right? So once I actually make a sale, and again, we're talking about 5 to 6 figure contracts, I have no problems bringing someone on right away to help me do this. So, yeah, and because the tech stuff of it, like creating videos, doing photography, social media stuff, like that's the easy stuff. Like video production, that's easy. But it's getting help with really figuring out the right way and the right avenues for communication. So yeah, it's a good question, and I'm definitely not putting anything on here that I would not be able to do, whether on my own or whether I asked my friends and my colleagues that I've worked with for a long time to kind of come on board and help me out. And I've already talked to a few people, and they have no problems coming on board. Even just starting out as contractors. Like a friend of mine is like, hey, you want $5,000 to help me, write these specific things or what have you. They're more than willing to do that. So I kind of have my list already of freelancers to help me out while we grow this thing. Rolando, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. There are many ways to make your work known. We help you find it by the right people. Yeah, so like we help you find it by because we need the right people to see it. Right. So I like that. Let's see. Okay, hang on. Let's see how we can fit this in. There are many different ways to communicate your message to the world. We work with you. We work with you, or like we help you. So like we work with you to like ensure your work is found by the right people. Yeah, I really like that. Like found like by the right people, because that's key. So nice. There are many different ways to communicate your message to the world. So, yeah. Yeah, nobody wants more work. They want help. Right. I see what you're saying. Right. Yeah. And we help. There are many different ways to communicate your message to the world. And we help you. And we help. Not like we help you. We help like your message. No, we help your work. We help your work. Not is found. We help your work get found by the right people, right? Something like that. I like it, but I think it needs a little finessing a little bit here. Let's see. There are many different ways. There are many different ways to communicate your message to the world. That seems even clunky as well. So there are many ways to make your work known to the world. We help you. We help make sure it's found by the right people. Yeah. I wonder if we could do something like I feel like having something like this about saying that the content itself is engaging and entertaining is like highly shareable, I feel like that would be a nice thing to say, and people would appreciate reading that, saying that we're not just creating content for the sake of it, but it's also going to be easily understood and ingested by, you know, the everyday common folk kind of thing. That's how scientists like to talk or think of, you know, how do we get the average person to be able to understand that? A little bit of discrediting the public there a little bit too much, but you should not and cannot guarantee that it'll be found by the correct person. So categorically, it is impossible to guarantee it. Yeah, I think I see what you're saying there. Yeah, we can't guarantee it's found by. We can't guarantee that anyone anywhere is going to see our work. So you could almost say, you could change it to say something like we help. I want to say something like maximize its chance of being found, but that seems a little bit strange. There are many ways to make your work known to the world. And we help amplify your work, amplify your message. So it can be found by the right people. Yeah. Remove the make sure that it's too bold a statement. Yeah. It'd be nice if we could eventually do some type of guarantee like that. Like, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. And I do agree. I'm just trying to think of in what kind of world or what kind of place could we have where we could almost guarantee results. It's almost like you can say, for example, if we have a bunch of data that says, like, hypothetically, you know, we have 5 clients and every time, you know, they had their websites, we 10x'd the amount of views they got. And then, you know, we track all the analytics and they have like a 10% or 10%, whatever, tenfold increase in the amount of social media interactions. And then we could see that some of them actually, they got funding or what have you. So it would be neat to be able to say like, hey, we can, you know, 2x your audience or whatever. And if not, then like you get your money back or something like that. You know what? You don't even want to do that kind of stuff. That's too much for like an agency to guarantee. Yeah. Yeah, that won't work. Yeah. So Kevin, yeah, you can state that you optimize the content for discoverability, but in fancier terms, yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of what this is. Like, we amplify your message so it can be found by the right people. So, you know, it's chewing the work up. Like, hey, you know, I do benthic invertebrate research down at the seabed floor in order to figure out, you know, where the, you know, lobsters are going to be or whatever, something stupid like that. They do that research. So you got to take that boring talk and be able to spin it up in a way that people are going to kind of understand or relate to them, you know, where it's like, want to know where the lobsters are going to be this spring, or, you know, what things like that relate to those people. So it's totally changing the work that they do and changing the message. And of course, it depends on the type of audience you want to reach too. You kind of change the message of the research and how it's going to benefit the different groups of people or communities or what have you. So I guess is that all wrapped up in the word amplify? So like amplify and what's the word? like when it's pointed, or like it's tailored. I guess it would be custom tailored to people. So like we help tailor and amplify. So I like that. Can be found and understood by a 6-year-old child. I thought of putting something like that, but I feel like it's a little bit too much, and I don't know how academics are going to respond to hearing that. I think some people might like it, and I think some other people might completely hate it and be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" You know, it's like the ego thing. It's like, my work is so complicated. 6-year-olds are not going to be able to understand this because I'm Mr. Fancy Professor. Okay. All right. But I do like found, and understood like easily. Okay, we're gonna have to wordsmith this and understood easily by the right people. So I think that needs a little bit massaging, but I think we're in the right spot here. Let's see what GPT says. Can you make this statement a bit, let's say, can you reword this statement to sound, to be a bit more clear and easier to, and easier for people to understand that we help tailor their work. We help our clients explain their work in plain English to the world. Ugh. Whoop. And enter. Absolutely, clarity is key. Here's a revised version. So here's Rolando. Yeah. Academics are very egotistical and narcissistic people. They believe that all the rest of us are retarded. So that's what I was saying in nice terms. But yeah, I will say that I'm probably not going to disagree with that statement. Yeah, that's funny. All right, what is ChatGPT saying? He's saying here, we specialize in making your research accessible to the world. Our expertise lies in amplifying your message, ensuring it reaches and resonates with the right audience clearly and effectively. It writes it so boring. But reaches and resonates with the right audience. I kind of like that. There are many ways to make your work known to the world. I guess this statement is not really necessary, eh? There are many ways to make your work known. Yeah. Maybe that's not even really relevant, right? Yeah, that's actually not bad. They do love the word accessible in academia. So we make your research accessible to the world by amplifying your message. Oops. To the world by amplifying your message. ensuring it reaches and resonates with the right audience. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's see. Ensuring it reaches and resonates with the right audience. I just kind of like saying people. But I think something needs to be said about making it like I know it says clearly and effectively, but something about how, we write it in plain English. Maybe we should say that. We make your research accessible to the world by amplifying your message, ensuring it reaches and resonates with the right people. Through clear and effective storytelling. And this is where I was thinking of the word translators, we're digital translators, or that not digital translators, but that we translate your work, right? Here's complex academic work, here's dumb plebs, the rest of the world. We translate, we bridge that gap to make your complex stuff understood by these simpletons. So, we're translators. So I think I want to get that point across in this. This is when it comes to content, is we'll take the difficult concepts and translate it to a way that people can make sense. It's David Attenborough, whatever his name is, that does the Planet Earth there. That I love that guy's voice. He explains the biology and the stuff of what you're watching in a nice, clear way that's just kind of easy for you to understand. The biology or whatever it is he's talking about. So that's what we want to come across here. We make your research accessible to the world by amplifying your message. Ensuring we make your research accessible to the world by amplifying your message. Ensuring it reaches and resonates with the right people through clear and effective storytelling. Yeah. So it's kind of there. It's kind of there. Okay. From technical to digestible. I kind of like that little slogan. That might be pretty good. For what was I thinking? Where are we? Let's go to Figma. I was thinking something about here. Yeah, storytellers, translators. And if you think of, you're at the main landing page for services, I'll just put this in here as a kind of placeholder, but from technical to digestible. But even that, I would love to find, I think you're putting there, what can we find some simple words to put in there that people will just kind of understand, right? Or at least, yeah. Well, the people that are reading this are going to be the academics. But still, I think to be able to showcase this in clear language too would really help. Yeah. I'll think on that. I like that. Where were we? Oh my goodness. Here we go. Okay, so we got digital kind of done, and then we got content kind of done. Let's go to data. Data. So, right. So data is complex. What do these people need help with? They need help with potentially collecting data, organizing the data, definitely disseminating the data, making it shareable to people that are within their research group, and then also sharing to people in their wider group, whether that's the public or just various stakeholders. There could also be database creation. So there's a lot of stuff that comes in with data. So how do we talk about this? So I think this isn't so much of something about how we can make it easy for people to understand what you do, but this is more of a benefit that we can provide you as you're actually trying to collect data and do your actual research. So this is not so much like public facing, I guess you can say. So, so I like in this where I was talking about having dozens of years of experience between myself and other people. I guess I could just say the team. So we can say so maybe we'll, okay, scientific data can be, I could almost be say like navigating, not okay. Scientific data can be extremely complex. Can be extreme scientific data, maybe scientific data collection and it's another word. What can I use? I think collection and dissemination. Oh, I did not spell that one right. Scientific data collection and dissemination can be extremely complex. But our team, with over, 25 years of experience, can ensure, or cannot, again, maybe I can't say like can ensure things, but can ensure that your data will get to the right people, like at the right time. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. So personally, with respect to data, I would not provide any service. It's too complicated at most. It's too complex. At most, I would provide the service of creating slides to help them better understand the information. Currently, data management has become excessively technical. So I agree with you. It's very complex, but you're forgetting something. Data management has made my career to date. Like I've been a data manager at the University of Waterloo and at Dalhousie University, managing lots of data sets. And it's kind of like my bread and butter. And I have an application that I built right here that's all about data management, simplified, as you can see here, to make the complex easy. So it's kind of my bread and butter and something that I enjoy doing, and something that I'm hopeful, because there's lots of these organizations that are coming in and trying to figure out how they consolidate all their data in one place and share it with everyone. And I'm hopeful that I could land some pretty lucrative, or at least a pretty lucrative contract to help manage data for these really large government initiated like funding for this research. And I'm talking like 9-figure investments, right? So yes, technical and very complex, but if I can crack the code and get a nice, high 6, low 7-figure contract, I think that would be pretty good. I think so, but I hear what you're saying. I totally hear what you're saying, and like you're not wrong. But I like the challenge, and it is kind of like my bread and butter right now, anyways. I mean, I've done lots of things. So talk a little bit more about what you have done with respect to data to help you with the copy. What is generally done? Well, again, like you said, it's complex and it depends on the type of client and what they're looking for. So one of the big things that I guess I would say in the space of data management is trying to come up with standards so that people across the world can share their data and have their data be comparable, and so that they can put it in and analyze it without being off in what the results are going to be. So it's really having the right metadata in order to understand where all the data is coming from. Like if somebody is collecting water samples from one part of the ocean and they want to use another data set from another researcher that has collected different water samples, and if you want to use those same data sets to run an analysis, you need to make sure that certain criteria are the same so that the pH measured in one spot is going to be the same as the pH measured in the other spot. So that's one of the big things that people have with data management these days, is to make sure that everyone can talk the same language, basically. So that's part of it. So I was on a team that created the standard for Canada in terms of how to kind of put the metadata and put the data in place for oceanographic data. So that's called the Canadian Integrated Ocean Observing System. So I was on that team to help kind of develop that standard. So that's just one example. But on a even more basic level, like getting down to it, a lot of people, when they go out and get data, they have students doing the work or what have you, and a lot of the stuff just ends up in Excel files. And sharing that and putting that in a way that makes sense to other people takes a lot of time and a lot of work. And most grad students have no idea how to do that because they just work in Excel or whatever. So that's another thing. So it goes from hey, how do I even collect this data and what do I do with it now that I have these CSV files or these .dat files or text files, whatever the sensor is spitting out, and how do I put it in a way that I can even just share with people? So, yeah. And then it goes from the all up to, hey, we're an entire scientific industry, or say we're all soil scientists, and we want to figure out how we can communicate effectively from one another from all over, at least here, even all over Canada. And how do we make some kind of platform where we can all consolidate all of the research that we're doing so we can have a one-stop shop for all the data? So I don't know if that helps with writing a one-sentence little thing about what we can do for data management. So that being said, let me think. Scientific data collection and dissemination can be extremely complex. But our team, with over 25 years of experience, will help ensure that your data collection goes smoothly, blah, blah. Okay, let's see. Rolando, thanks to our 25 years of experience in obtaining, comparing, and managing data, we help your project adequately manage its information from obtaining it to its effective communication. I like that, except it's did a lawyer write this? Yeah, okay, let me think. Comparing and managing data. Yeah, I like it. I feel, I don't know if that statement is a little too technical, but again, obviously, like we always say, academics, they love to talk technical. They love to hear that talk. Is that too much? Okay. Let's throw that in there. All right. think. With over. Make sure, yeah, your project has all the right tools to manage its information. Yeah. Information. From initial collection from initial collection to analysis and what's the word when you take data and you analyze it, but you get not get results, but like when you get like actionable information. Shit, what's that called? What the hell's the word I'm looking for? It's like getting insights, but then what do you do with those insights? My goodness, what is that word? Oh my goodness, this is killing me. It's a great word. I just don't know what it is. Okay, with over 25 years of experience in data management, our team will help make sure your project has all the right tools to manage its information. From initial collection to it's like you communicate the results, communicate the outcome, intelligence, information. No. Oh my goodness. Team will help make sure your project has all the right tools to manage its information. From initial from the instant it is collected. I'm just writing this out here, all the way to when from the instant it's collected, it is collected to analysis and effectively communicated like to the world. That's cheesy, but something like that. Right. So I like that. Okay. So what is this saying? What is this statement saying? Number one, we have lots of experience. We've done this many times before. Number two, we'll put everything in place so that as soon as you start collecting data and you want to analyze data and then you want to like publish the data or communicate the results, we take care of that every step of the way. So that's kind of the idea behind that statement. So I think that works, but this needs to be finessed quite a bit. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. What do we have here? Words about solution. Data is critical. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So let's take a look at What do we want to take a look at? Oh, right. Just the different services from that. I think we have that. Let's go up here a little bit. Data. Right. Copy that. Data visualization. Data collection. That's almost its own thing. Data aggregation. Yeah, those will be, let's put them as the same thing. Aggregation. Data processing and analysis. Well, analysis is, that's more on the researcher to do analysis. So let's keep that there. Database design. Management. Data dissemination and sharing. Real-time, what, like data management? Rolando, skip the intermediate parts. The initial thing is the definition of the data to be collected, and the end is how they communicate. Skip the, so sorry, are you talking about this statement here? Like I should skip the middle part? Skip the intermediate parts. The initial thing is a definition of the data to be collected, and the end is how they communicate. Oh, I think what you mean is like cut this part out, right? Because from what you're saying, if I'm reading this correctly, is that the important thing is that we talk about what we can do, or just that we manage the data, and then this is the outcome that you get from it. I think that's what you mean. Yeah, you already mentioned the beginning, and you're saying it until the communication. Right. Okay. So, with over 25 years of experience in data management, our team will help make sure your project has all the right tools to manage its information. Right. And to effectively communicate it to the world. Doesn't like that apostrophe there. With over 25 years of experience in data management, our team will help make sure your project has all the right tools to manage its information and to effectively communicate it to the world. It's not bad. What does chat say about this? What do you think about this statement and what it means? Okay. Your statement effectively communicates the expertise and value proposition of your team in data management. Here's my take on it. Your statement emphasizes the extensive experience your team brings to the table in data management, spanning over 25 years. This conveys a sense of reliability and trustworthiness, assuring potential clients that their data-related needs will be in capable hands. By highlighting the importance of having the right tools to manage information effectively, your statement underscores the practical aspect of your services. It suggests that your team not only possesses the requisite skills, but also has access to the necessary resources and technologies to ensure optimal data management outcomes. Furthermore, the mention of effectively communicating information to the world indicates a broader objective beyond just data management. It suggests that your team understands the importance of data dissemination and recognizes that data management is not an end in itself, but rather a means to enable effective communication and decision making. Yes. Overall, your statement effectively conveys your team's expertise, commitment to quality data management, and recognition of the broader significance of data communication. Well, chat likes our statement here. Remove the make sure and leave it to help you. Our team will help you, or like help your project, right? So just that. With over 25 years of experience in data management, our team will help your project. Oh, wait, whoa, hang on. What did I do? Our team will help make sure your project. Our team will help your project have all the right tools. We'll make sure. So if we remove that, the statement has to be read. With over 25 years of experience in data management, our team will help your project have all the right tools. I think that's how we have to write it. Will help your project have all the right tools to manage its information and to effectively communicate to the world. There we go. I think that's good. I think that works. Again, that's the make sure, and like don't promise things that you might not be able to deliver. Although I'm pretty sure I'd be able to deliver it, but I see your point. Hi, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? It's a beautiful. What is it? What day is it today? What day is it today? I think it's Tuesday. April 23rd. Doesn't say what day. I think it's Tuesday. A beautiful Tuesday evening. We're working away, figuring this out. I think we have two more to do. So we have data, we have digital, we have content. Right. So we got event and branding. Okay. So events. So this is the one where I don't know for sure if it's a service that I'm going to want to have on this agency, because I feel like this should be its own thing on its own, like an event management kind of company. But that being said, I do have a colleague that would be more than happy to help lead the formation of a company that will specialize in just managing events for people, because she's done it for many, 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 many years, and she's awesome at it. So I do want to put it in there because, again, it's not really going to hurt anything to have it in there so that people know that it's a possibility. And again, people that the type of clients that we're going to be going after, they have money to spend. Okay, so the make sure statement opens up the possibility of them wondering how you're going to guarantee it, and that it's going to be another objection to handle in the sales call. Yeah, that's a really good point. I agree. So I wonder if it's one of those things of, what is it, under promise and over deliver? But also you need to be able to say certain things with certainty when you're on a sales call as well too. And I think that's where it's going to come in time in terms of how I could properly articulate the benefits and the outcomes that we have had for our current clients and our past clients, and use that to say, like, we can also do similar things to get those types of results for you, and try to get you those types of results. So 100%. Leave ourselves out of the possibility of, getting sued for promising something that we can't deliver, and we end up not delivering. Because the last thing we want is a legal battle. That's for sure. Okay, so events. Right. So the big thing that I think about events is what is one of the biggest problems that people have with their events. And if you listen to people that have run an event and they talk about what they wish they could have had better, or wish it could have been better, is number one, obviously have like more people. Number two, have more engagement, like during the event, even between people. And then number three, having something to showcase after the event to keep people talking about the event and to have something kind of live on, where people can kind of go back to, whether that's like a website or whether there's like a video or some videos, some pictures, all those kinds of things that people can take and that they can share after their event. So I want to try to convey that kind of message. How is the event management market in Canada? I have a very good friend who has dedicated himself to that here in Mexico and in the US. And she's also looking to move to Canada for reasons of comfort. Don't move to Canada for comfort. Canada is you're so funny. You guys, I want to move to Mexico. You guys want to move to Canada. Oh man. Anyways, forgetting about the politics of Canada. I don't even know where to go in the world now. Everything's crazy. But Canada is so expensive, and you know, the new budget that was just announced, and there's more taxes. Again, more taxes for people making more money, but it's something that I'm thinking about quite significantly. Cost of living is crazy. Go to the grocery store, and for family of four, spend $250 a week easy on groceries. So yeah, it's expensive to live here. And one thing in healthcare. So we just today, we need to get someone referred. One of my kids referred to a neurologist, and we were told that the wait list is 5 years long to go see a specialist for something that's pretty kind of. You don't want to wait 5 years to figure out what the hell's wrong with you. So that's Canada. Anyways, back to the topic of hand. So how's the market? So obviously during COVID, there was like no market, and the market itself was virtual. But now I'm going to be honest and say I don't really know. I know it's starting to pick back up from what it was a couple of years ago. And I do know, at least in my space, that events have started happening, starting like in-person events started in late, what year? Like in late 2022, and then 2023 started to pick up. And now in 2024, it's basically kind of back to normal. So events are happening, but I don't really know what the market is like. So for me, the events that I'm going to handle, that I'm putting on here, is everything is 100% based on academics. This is only specifically for a researcher or research groups. So there's a research group that's like, hey, I'm the quantum computing group at the University of Waterloo, and we're throwing an event for quantum computing or whatever, and we need someone to help us manage an event that understands what happens in a science event, how to talk to the vendors, suppliers, how to get how to get booths all set up, collect the money for that, all that kind of stuff. So it's 100% focus on those types of events. No weddings, no nothing, none of that. I don't want to do any of that stuff. Just stick with what I know. And like the conferences and events that I've been to like dozens of scientific events. So I know from both angles what you'd expect as someone who's just participating and showing up at an event, giving a talk, presentation, poster, whatever. And I've also been on the side of actually being on the team to help plan the event. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. But yeah, for the market, I don't know what the market is like, to be honest. So I can't really answer that question. I'm just trying to think now. if there's any place that I would go to try to find out information on how the Canadian market is doing. I guess one way to maybe go on the ground to try to figure things out is just calling specific venues that do host lots of events, like convention centers or what have you, and just asking like, hey, how booked are you? How full are you? You know, you just pretend like, oh, I have this event coming up. What's your, you know, how many spots do you have open in the next 9 months or a year or something like that? Right. So thanks for the help here, Rolando. Super appreciated, man. This is really awesome. Forget the stress of attracting the right people to your conference or symposium. We have a team to take care of it for you. So I love that simplicity of that language. That's really, really good. One thing I worry about is that tone a little bit too different from all the other statements that we wrote. That's one thing that I don't know. But I like it. Okay, we don't want that. Right, so forget the stress of attracting the right people to your conference or symposium. We have a team to take care of it all for you. So it's always it's attracting the right people. Well, I would say, I think for people that are throwing these conferences, they do have a good idea of who they want to invite. So I think the stress for them is more along the lines of the logistics of everything, the technology behind it. Like, how are we even going to get people to register, or how are we going to get people to express interest in that? So collecting all that information is difficult. And yeah, I think it's really the logistics. So I think we can just, if we can switch it a little bit more about, again, the logistics, and then the creativity from within the event itself. Like, hey, maybe having somebody shoot videos, maybe having somebody do, take some photography, or even to manage the AV. Like, I've done some AV events here for some research groups here in Halifax. I did a couple last year, and some were like live stream or hybrid live stream, like stream the event live, or do like a hybrid people events and people coming in remotely and having it all displayed, whatever. I did all that AV stuff, so it could be that aspect as well. So the technology behind running a conference, and then the, hey, it's almost like if you do an event wedding, to have that nice video photo album that's locked in time, that you can give people and use that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yes, because I wrote it, a comment. Because I wrote it talking about the client, and you normally write it talking about yourself. Right. Yeah. I mean, putting it in the frame of mind, or the, not the frame of mind, in the perspective of the client, right? I like that. It is, I really like, I wonder if they should all be that tone, to be honest. All right. So let's see what we can get. Oh, stupid font. Okay. Forget the stress of planning and organizing. Or, like, can we say the stress of logistics? Managing all the logistics for your conference. And let our experienced team take care of everything for you. I think we don't need to say from this to that. I think if we just list out the things that we can do, you know, AV production, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff, that'll tell everyone the breadth of the things that we can do when it comes to managing events. Sorry, finish that sentence. Forget the stress of managing all the logistics for you guys. That sounds stupid. Let our experienced team take care of everything for you. Or I'd love to say, again, I don't know if this is, Rolando, you would say that this is, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness. Like guaranteeing something, but saying, let our experience take care of everything for you. What was I going to say? Like to make sure that your next event is like a success or, what is the term? It's not exactly what I wanted to say. You know, just make sure that your next event is like the party of a lifetime or something, you know, something grand like that. So I guess we should kind of get away from that. Forget about stress. Our team is in charge of setting up and promoting your conference and symposiums. Forget about stress. Our team is in charge of setting up and promoting your conferences. So I like that, but to be honest, I like the first one better. Where you just like forget the stress. I just love I think that line. Well, I guess you say it right here too. Forget about stress. Our team is in charge of. So I like the thing of saying maybe we could say like our team is in charge of everything. Like from promotion to like whatever, we got you covered kind of thing, right? So the other thing, so let's say, forget about stress. Like our team can take care of everything from promotion to registration to logistic. I feel like you have to put in logistics in there somewhere because that's the thing that everyone always talks about. It's like logistics. How do I gotta make sure I take care of that? But I hate that word though. Forget about stress. Our team can take care of everything. Blah, blah, blah. So you can focus on producing, on delivering the best conference. Like delivering the best. Can we tie it into somehow like talking about communication and getting their message across and amplifying their message? Like if we said something along the lines of like focus on like putting your message out there to the world. It sounds a little cheesy. Focus on like making sure everyone has a good time, that the conference is a success, that you have lots of interactions and engagement. Forget the stress of managing all the logistics. Forget about stress. Our team will take care of everything. Take care of everything. Everything. So you can focus on, I kind of like, our team can take care of all logistics. So you can focus on on putting on the best conference. Like hosting the best conference. I think maybe hosting. Oh, Rolando, you're changing the format. Forget the stress. Like title, forget the stress. Our team takes care of everything. Subtitle, with X years of experience in event management, we take care of the logistics and promotion of your conferences and symposiums. The thing is if I change the way that each service is like laid out, I'd have to change. Like I have to keep them consistent. So none of these other ones have like a title and a subtitle. That being said, that's not good. I like that. Forget the stress. We take care of everything. Like that's perfect. That's beautiful. I love it. But instead of having it a subtitle, can we not just? I'm fine with using 2 sentences. Like it doesn't have to be in one sentence. So let's see if we can break that down into 2 sentences. Forget the stress. Forget about stress. Forget the stress. Yeah, forget the stress. Forget the stress. Should we say so yeah, because when you're saying blah blah blah, team takes care of everything. Yeah, I guess that's logistics right there. Take care of everything. Blah blah blah. We take care of logistics and promotions of your conferences. So what about something like, we take care of the logistics while you put on the best show in the world? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know you were changing the formula. I was looking for the best way to communicate that you were in charge of everything. No, I'm not I'm not changing the formula. The formula is basically just like the statement. So yeah, for this one, I guess that the title we have is literally just the word. I guess we can even say like what the formula is going to look like. So it's going to be like this, like data, quick sentence or 2, and then just the points of what is in that. So it's going to be the same thing with like events, whatever the text, and then the things that we do in for events. So formulas staying the same. But no worries at all. This is good stuff. It's just trying to condense it all and to come up with a good statement here. Forget the stress. This is almost kind of the same thing of our team is whatever, super, super awesome, lots of experience. Forget the stress. Our team can. I feel like the word will is a little bit stronger. Forget the stress. Our team will take care of all the logistics of all your event logistics. Maybe we'll throw in a little bit of SEO into that when people are typing in like event logistics. Yeah, so you can focus on blah X, right? So you got forget the stress. We take care of the perfect event. You only worry about the content. Yeah, forget the stress. We take care of the perfect event. You only worry about the content. Yeah. Well, the only thing I'd say to that, I like that, is it's kind of on them to make sure that the event is perfect based on their content, unless they want us to help with that. That's a whole nother can of worms. But really, I mean, we're not going to be emceeing. We're not going to be doing any of that stuff, right? So we're just the people behind the scenes here. So it's up to you. We'll give you all the tools and we'll put everything in place so that you can run the perfect event. But that's, 100% up to you. Forget the stress. Our team will take care of all your event logistics. So you can focus on... So you can focus on, so you can like worry about the content. Yeah. Forget the stress of managing all the logistics for your conference. And that arcs. Oh no, that's the other one. Forget the stress. Our team will take care of all your event logistics. So you can focus on running the best event possible. Oh, that's not good. We're gonna have to fix that. But I kind of like what that's saying. But we have to figure out. We have to wordsmith this completely. We'll probably put it into chat or whatever. See if we can figure that out. Logistics and promotion, because an important part of an event is making it known. So yes, super important, of course. There's two types of, how many types of events there are? I'll say that there's some events that people do, and I will say that it's pretty common for scientific events that it's not open to anyone or to everyone. It's really like almost invite only, where it's like, hey, so for example, when I was at the Ocean Frontier Institute, they run this event, like a 4-day, no, maybe not 4-day. Yeah, I think it was like a 4-day. Yeah, anyways, whatever. 2, 3, 4-day workshop / event where they got all the researchers in the group across Atlantic Canada to come to this, this event. And where researchers were talking about their research, students were presenting their posters and all this kind of stuff. But it wasn't open to the public, right? So it was just them running an event and spending like, I don't know how many, like a lot of money, like 90,000. I don't know. I have no idea how much. But spending that money on managing that event, right? So there's no promotion on that one. So that's why I guess I'm a little hesitant to say promotion, because a lot of stuff is not just for the general public to just, like it's not like whatever tech stuff happens in Vegas, or it's not Comic-Con or whatever. It's just like invite only. So the promotion is rather limited. And the invitation is the promotion. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so invitation again. So again, I guess I put it for me. I think we were probably splitting hairs, but handling the registration and the invitations and who's going to be going out and who's going to get invited, and how are we going to know whether they accept or not. That's all. I put that all into the whole logistics thing. Again, just from my experience and knowing the events that I've been a part of, is it kind of all falls into that place. Yeah. But I see what you're saying. Yeah. So, but is it critical that we put that in there in terms of promotion? Maybe what we can do, instead of maybe putting it in that text, we can put it as an actual service. So it could be a little bit, maybe can clarify for those that might be interested in something like that. So, okay, where are we? Right. So we have this. Okay, let's delete this. So events. So what do we have? So we have AV, not even technical support, but just say AV production. And Did I put anything specifically in this one? Actually, let's just go up here. Yeah, we got all this stuff here. Let's see what we put in. Actually, I think I'm going to need to get some help. Right. I think I'm going to need to get some help from my friend here to maybe help solidify what things would be in here. Oh, capital no. No. The event promotion service is a headache. The logistics are very complex and have too many moving parts. So I think maybe there's a little bit of a disconnect from what you're thinking of what an event promotion is to what I'm thinking it is based on the target audience. Because I can definitely see if you're talking about event promotion, if you're thinking about like this really cool event that's going to be happening, like I always think there was that documentary about like that fire event or whatever it was. There was like these huge promotions for it, and they come out with like these teaser videos and all this kind of stuff. So, or like promoting like a band or whatever. So it's not those types of events. It's not that type of promotion. So the types of things that we've done as part of promotions, it's really saying, we identify who's going to be at the event and the types of people we want to reach out to either be like keynote speakers or what have you. And then we email all of them. And then, we ask them to, save the date or what have you, or express their interest. And then we kind of go from there. And then as the event gets closer, we just maybe create some flyers, or we have some stuff on a website that lets people know about the event. Like even on my portfolio, I have even a couple of like scientific events that are just kind of displayed there right now. And yeah, so it's not like a big music production kind of promotion, I guess, if that makes sense. Yeah, so promotion events, making the event known by all possible means, managing from the images, advertising, interviews, comfortably. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so I put that in logistics. I guess maybe it's just like how I'm saying it, and just the words that we're using. Because to me, I hear that and I'm like, that's logistics. But I guess you can easily, it would make sense to categorize that as promotion and like promoting the event. So I'm going to put this in here because I'm going to think about it. I'm going to talk to my actual like event person and see what she has to say. Yeah, so here in Mexico, there are agencies solely dedicated to promoting events and creating activations, and then they take 50% of the budget. So they partner with another agency that handles the logistics of the event, like whether it's the audio video production, doing the catering, doing the like organizing the agenda, organizing the like the show notes even, or the flow, and then of course dealing with the venue, and then the booths and all the different vendors, and that's another agency that does that. But yeah, it's very complex. So yeah, now I'm thinking about all this kind of stuff that has to go in. I'm like, I don't want to do events. Okay, I think too, I'm just overthinking this way too much because we're just talking about putting kind of a note out there and like, let's see if there's any interest in this, and then we can kind of go from there. Right. So yeah, logistics is the one thing, and then the event promotion is the other thing. All right. So that's fair enough. Point taken and noted for sure. So like I said, I'm going to talk with my friend who I would partner with this. If anybody ever came up to my office right now and said, hey, I need you to run an event for me, I'm not doing it unless I know for sure that this other person will be there beside me. So I want to see what they say and what they think about it and what they've seen in their career as well. And then I think that'll help me figure out what's the best way to frame this or say this, or even if we want to do this, like you're saying, one agency does logistics, another one does promotion. So we'll we'll see. Okay, so AV production. So when I say AV, I just like AV technical. I'm not sure exactly even what to call that, because there's companies that just do AV. They just come in with their whole AV setups or whatever, and they just set up things for events. So that's a whole other thing. And I know I have some of the tools, but if it's a large event that needs crazy AV work, it's like, nope, that's outsourcing to somebody else. AV, live streaming, videography, photography, like on the day of. I'm just going to throw down logistics for now. And just do a few things here. Just put them in. And stationary, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll figure out the exact offerings later on. By later on, I mean tomorrow. Okay, one more to go. What time is it? Oh my goodness, 9:30. I'm tired. It's like bedtime. I try to be in bed by like 10 o'clock. I'm tired. Okay, that was a long day. 6 a.m. to 9:30, working nonstop. Well, I did stop sometimes. Have to eat and stuff. Okay. Branding. Last one. I think we had some stuff here. All right. What do we have here? We want to build your brand in such a way that when people engage with your research, they feel compelled to act. Champion the importance of your work, and together we can work to move the science. Your brand is how people perceive you. Connects the type of action you want people to take when they encounter your brand. Right. So that's pulling on the emotional aspect. Like you want to feel like a winner. You want to feel like a top athlete. That brand is associated with Nike. When you put on those clothes, you feel like a champion. When you buy an Apple computer, you feel like you're part of this ecosystem of people that, I'm not going to say the people that are pretentious, but whatever the Apple brand conveys, right? Of that excellence or that whatever in computing. And but when it's going to science, if you think about these, I don't even know if you can call them like science influencers, like your, what's the guy's name? Like Bill Nye the Science Guy and all these guys. They obviously have a personal brand. And the thing is when they speak and when they talk to their audience or they talk to the world, they want people to associate what they're saying with, like a specific action. Like, hey, the guy what is it? What would he talk about? The Bill Nye the Science Guy, or whatever. So he's just talking about global warming. And then he says his little whatever he says. And then it's like, well, I want you to take action by, driving less or whatever, cycling, whatever, right? So how do we say, or we want to say that we help you create it's like helping build you, or like through the communications that you do, we help you build you into like the person that you want other people to see you as, right? That's kind of the idea of a brand. You want people to see you a certain way. And people end up seeing you a certain way by every single interaction and action that you do, right? I like what Hermosi says about it. It's like your brand is like putting together a bouquet of flowers. And each flower is like a specific thing, you know, that you do. So okay, we help you craft okay. We help you craft blah 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 like a brand. That, you know, whatever is a great vehicle to champion and like spread the importance of your work. You know, helping the world come together. Yeah. That's a little bit cheesy, but we're just asking Chad, how do you define a brand? Right. Values, mission, personality. It's like a brand that, you know, that people trust. I think that I don't hear anybody talk like that when they talk about branding. Like, we'll create a brand that, well, maybe you can say, like a great brand builds trust. Builds trust and loyalty. Loyalty with an audience. And we help you craft such a brand so that you have a vehicle to champion to spread the importance of your work to the world. A great brand builds trust and loyalty. Loyalty with an audience. And we help you craft such a brand so that you have a vehicle. Like, so you have a great vehicle, you have an efficient vehicle. It's basically, I guess what I'm saying here is, when we work on your brand, we build your brand, and people become to trust that brand, loyalty. So when you say something, they listen. And then that's the mechanism, that's the vehicle that allows you to spread the work that you do, to get people to connect with the work that you do. A great brand builds trust and loyalty. trust, and loyalty. Do we even need to say with an audience? A great brand builds trust and loyalty. Maybe just say a great brand builds trust and loyalty. And we help you craft. And we help you craft your brand So I want to say something like we craft something that's like what I just said. Like we'll help you build this. A great brand builds trust and loyalty. And we will help you. We will help elevate your brand. And we will help elevate your brand so you have a vehicle that spreads the importance of your work. Like we create one that's good, that's like efficient. Great brands build trust and loyalty, and we help elevate our brand, your brand. We help build your brand. We help elevate your brand. Because I guess you already have one, because you are an academic, so you have something. So I guess we could build it if they're coming from us like brand new and they don't have anything at all. That's a possibility. But a great brand builds trust and loyalty, and we help elevate your brand so you have a vehicle that spreads, that is able to spread. So it's like the message of the work goes through the brand, right? Like through the vehicle, or a vehicle that, yeah, I guess that's kind of implied when you say a vehicle that spreads the importance of your work. So you have a vehicle. Can you break down this statement for me, please? A vehicle metaphorically refers to a brand as a means or platform for spreading the importance of the client's work. Is there any way this statement can be made stronger, or is it good as it is? The target audience is the same as we've been discussing in this thread. Oh. Here's a strengthened version of the statement. A robust brand not only cultivates trust and loyalty, but serves as a powerful catalyst for amplifying your message to the world. Partnering with us means unlocking the full potential of your brand, ensuring it becomes a compelling force that resonates with far and wide. Okay. If you do think it needs to be rewritten to be more effective, it needs to be pretty much the same length. Around how many words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Around 30 words maximum. Oh. All right. A robust brand breeds trust and loyalty. Will enhance yours, ensuring it becomes a beacon, spreading your impactful message worldwide. Okay, Rolando, you're not going to like that word, ensuring. Why are my chats not showing up? This is weird. So sorry if there's any chats that are showing up. I'm not sure if my thing is displaying them, because I know one thing isn't. I don't like. Oh, there comes 8. Oh, now I say that, and then something just all popped up. Personal opinion request. Currently, the trend is for is for personal brands rather than corporate brands. Do you think it is pertinent to sell web service to doctors, veterinarians, and agents? So are these doctors, veterinarians, and agents, I'm thinking like real estate agents, are they, when they're doing their practice or their business, are they doing it as an individual? Like I think it's important to have, I mean, I haven't spent too much time thinking about this, so I'm just kind of thinking off the cuff here, but I think it's important to have, or is my mentality very limited? Speak freely, mind. I'll say no. I don't think it's limited. So I think personal brands are definitely becoming more important, for sure. But I won't say by any stretch of the imagination corporate brands are dead. I'd say far from it. They're still really important. I mean, just look at how quickly corporations could rise and fall with like one bad tweet or sponsor or what have you. It's still really, really important. But I think you can do both. So like what I'm trying to do personally is these live streams that I'm doing every day. The purpose behind here is to develop that personal brand of, hey, this is me. This is who I am. I'm being honest and, being genuine in who I am. Like this is, you hear me on these live streams, and if you ever do business with me or whatever, or come have a beer or whatever, some tequila, which we should do at some point, I'm going to be the same person, right? So that's creating my personal brand of what it is that I do. But I'm building companies and businesses, but I'm using my personal brand to help move those forward. But those businesses are going to have their own brand at the end of the day as well, too. It's not just going to be me personally. So is it important to sell web services to doctors? But I think it really depends on how they want to get customers and do business. A lot of people nowadays, they don't necessarily have websites. They have YouTube channels or social media channels, and they get all their, they just use those channels in order to get business and to get work. And you certainly could do that. So I don't think I'm really answering your question, though. Let me just read it again. Do I think it's pertinent to sell web services to doctors? When I think of selling that to doctors and veterinarians, I think of a web service not for them, not so much of, hey, here's just a homepage where you can get information about me. That's where it's like, hey, maybe it's better nowadays to do social media stuff, or like if you're a doctor, explaining different things on social media. And there's lots of really very popular doctors on social media that kind of explain things. But more of having a website so that they can use that as part of their business, like an online booking form or someplace where people can, I kind of think about that. Like they can run their practice from that, right? And if they need some kind of back end portal for something, I don't know what that might be, but creating web applications for them seems like that could be something to do. So it's maybe more specific stuff on web stuff, definitely more on the application side as opposed to just, a forward-facing website. Because I do think so my idea is to sell web services to doctors, those who have Google Business and Google Maps as a complement that answers the question that Maps itself does not answer. So I think that could be, do I think it's marketable? So one of the things that I tried to do with my initial version of Pixel was to try to appeal to an audience base that didn't really have very much money or knowledge of building websites. So the idea is to reach out to people and say like, hey, I noticed that you don't have a Google Maps, so you don't have like a website, but you have a Google listing, or you're on Google Maps or what have you, but you don't have a website. Would you like a website? Or here's even something that I kind of, you kind of half build something really, really quick from a template and you send it to them. Says like, hey, I could build something like this for you. Would you be interested in that? And then you go on and have these conversations with them. And then hopefully you land, a few $1,000 contract for a website. I think that's certainly feasible. I think it's marketable. I think a lot of people are doing that. And I think there's merit to that. And I think it can work. If you put forth the effort and hustle to try to reach out and find those clients. And it's really all about scraping scraping Google Maps and Google Business to find out like lists of all the businesses and then find out which ones don't have websites. But then again, you're also talking specifically about, doctors and or veterinarians or agents. I think it's good to niche up specifically so you can have templates that meet that audience. But the problem that I had with that and the problem that you might run into, again, it depends on how much you want to make, but it's those types of people are not going to be spending a ridiculous amount of money for your web services. That's the only thing. So it's a question of how much is it going to cost to acquire these customers? How much are they willing to pay for having something like that? And and then I guess how big the market is. So, I mean, obviously people do it. I think people do it. And if I was going to try this again, I would kind of take a very similar approach of finding people that don't have websites, using my templates, assuming I had my templates built, but using templates, putting like their logo on it and saying, hey, here's a website that I can build for you. It would look like this. What do you think? Sell it to them. Just configure a template as quickly as I possibly can and sell it for a few $1,000s. And a lot of people are making a lot of money doing that. I can't say a lot of money. I'm not sure how much, but but they have kind of like a team of people, or they have some stuff in place that are automated to just keep generating that potential pool of potential clients, like scraping Google and scraping Maps. So that's why one of the reasons I decided to switch this angle is to I would rather try to get one client at 50,000 than, 100 clients at $500 or 10 clients at 5,000, whatever the math works out to be. So yeah, that's kind of my angle of why I'm approaching it this way. And I think they both have merit, and I think they both can work. Yeah. Maybe we could talk more in private if you have time. I always have time. Would really like to hear your opinion in a calmer way. Calmer? Am I not calm? or maybe like I feel pretty calm. I'm just kind of trying to just kind of talking. But maybe in a more like relaxed environment, you mean? I'm calm. I'm all just kind of thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Let's chat. Just, yeah, send me an email and then we can get together on, phone or just like a Zoom call or something like that. All right. Okay. It's 9:54. Let's see if we can finish this branding thing in like 6 minutes here. Oh, like in a more relaxed environment. Yeah. No. And of course, so then we can actually engage too. Cause it's tough too. Cause whenever I'm talking, I'm like, did the point come across? There's no like feedback here. There's no somebody on the other end, right? Like saying something, right? Or having that dialogue. Which is very interesting and something that I am developing, that I want to launch sooner rather than later. But that is to come. I can't say anything about it now, but I think it's going to be really, really cool. And it's going to be something where we can interact together, which is going to be awesome. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, right. Where are we? Okay. Yeah. We asked ChatGPT if they can fix this sentence for us. A robust brand breeds trust and loyalty. Will enhance yours, ensuring it becomes a beacon, spreading your impactful message worldwide. So I like the end here, becomes a beacon, like a beacon of hope throughout the galaxy. Anyway, I'm thinking of Star Wars here. Okay, now I know it's getting late when I start talking about Star Wars. Okay. I don't like robust though. I don't like that word. And I don't like breeds either. A great brand builds trust and loyalty. Wow. Will enhance yours. Ensuring it becomes a beacon. Yeah. Spreading so your impactful message, it's not so much spreading your impactful message, but it's just spreading your message and spreading your work so people can understand the importance of it, right? That's kind of the language that we're using here. It's not saying that, hey, your stuff is impactful. I guess we're kind of assuming that, because we can't take a scientist that is like, hey, I invented this new shoelace that's already been invented kind of thing, and be like, hey, this is so important. Take me to the next level. It's like, I don't know if we can do that. It's past your bedtime. See you tomorrow. May the force be with you. Yeah, definitely past my bedtime. Have a good one. Thank you for all your help tonight, Rolando. Much appreciated. And yeah, we'll see you next time. I gotta finish this though. I can't go to bed with this not wanting to finish what I wanted to accomplish today. So I got 2 more hours left in the day. Okay. A great brand builds trust and loyalty. Will enhance yours, ensuring it becomes a beacon. Spreading the importance. Yeah, spreading the importance of your work. Like worldwide. A great brand builds trust and loyalty. Will enhance yours, ensuring it becomes a beacon. Will enhance yours, ensuring it becomes a beacon. Spreading the importance of your work like around the world. Getting you the recognition you deserve, right? The obsessive compulsive didn't come in. Is there a stream today? This is the stream today. You mean something earlier? No, this is today's stream. It's still... Yeah, this is the stream today. Unless I'm misunderstanding what you're asking. But yeah, I'm really late today. because I was working with a couple clients actually today. So tomorrow, will tomorrow be regular time? I don't know. I hope so. I do hope so. It is the way we have here in Mexico of saying that you're becoming obsessed with something that you don't know when to stop. Like in terms of me streaming every day, I actually enjoy it. I don't know. I don't feel like I have to, because I guess I have my streak, but I enjoy it. It's part of my business. It's part of, what I'm trying to do, and it helps me. Like it does two things for me at a time. So number one, it helps me create content. And number two, I'm actually just working on my business, and this is stuff that I would do anyways. So the fact that I'm filming it just kind of helps. So I enjoy it, and it's just good for my business. So maybe I'm obsessed. I'm definitely maybe obsessed about trying to build a company and build a successful company. So I will concede to that. In terms of finishing the branding today instead of clearing your mind and consulting with your pillow. Yes, I'm trying to just wrap it up. It's not going to be 100% finished because none of these are actually. So yes, like none of these are going to be the final thing probably. But yeah, I just want to get it to the point where I am happy enough that I'm not going to be thinking about it and not being able to fall asleep, because that's the thing too, that's going to happen. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Totally. Okay, so now I'm thinking. Okay, let me get this down. I think do I have it? Okay, a great brand builds trust and loyalty. Will enhance yours, ensuring it becomes a beacon, spreading the importance of your work around the world. Yeah, that's good for tonight. That's good for tonight, I think. People engage with your research. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, so, and what does that entail for branding? We can talk logo. We can talk of visual identity. That could almost be identity. Do we want to just say communication? Did I write down anything? I didn't write anything here for branding, so let's go back up here to the top. Marketing, brand guidelines, okay. No, it's the same page. Marketing, brand guidelines, right. I need to refine these as well, so we'll work on that as well. while we sleep. Okay. So this is it. This is our services page. Okay, let's save this before anything bad happens. Okay, we're good. Okay. Now it's time to sleep. Now it's time to go to bed. All right. Rolando, thank you so much. Much appreciate the help. Really, really appreciate it. I'm going to recommend a book before I leave. It would help you feed your imagination. The Ingenious Gentleman, Don Quixote of La Mancha by Miguel de Cervantes, written in 1605. Okay, well, let me write that down. Or let's see if I can find it. Is this on, where am I going to find this book? This has got to be in like the public domain, somewhere I can get it for free. If it's 1605. Miguel. Of course, that thing is right in the way. Okay, there it is in Goodreads. $3 on Kindle? Well, maybe it's worth it. $3 for a book? That's pretty cheap. Holy geez, over a 250,000 ratings. Over 12,000 reviews. Okay, so it's been read a few times. All right. Recommendation noted. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So now it's time for bed. Actually, it's not time for bed. I have to do a couple things for a client. So it might be another hour before I go to bed. But that's enough of the stream for tonight. Oh my goodness, 2 hours and 50 minutes. That's crazy. All right. Thank you again. Thank you everyone for dropping by. Thank you for all the likes and comments and everything. I really appreciate all the support. It's a masterpiece of the Spanish language. Is it in English though? Or has it been translated? Because if it's in Spanish, then I'm going to have a really hard time because I'm limited to a few words and maybe a few phrases. But that's about it. It must be just got to be translated. Anyways, I'll check it out. That's it for me today. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Enjoy your evening, whatever's left of it anyways. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for another stream. All right, guys, take it easy.